What's going on? Welcome to Shred Gaming, and today we're going to go over the list of characters I think need to be on the main roster, need to be cameo characters, could go either way, could be DLC. We're just going to go through all of the characters, and I wanted to do this before the Sony event on Wednesday and also before Combo Breaker. According to the very small podcast that Ed Boon was on with Tyler Lansdowne, is they're going to have a very aggressive marketing campaign leading up to the release of Mortal Kombat 1 on September 19th. I know we are all super excited. After the trailer, the hype factor has been through the roof, but there has been some concerns because the cameo fighters. Now, I'm not concerned about the system in itself. I'm more concerned about the characters that are on the roster, because the thing that is going to make or break this game is going to be the roster. Now, we already have a few confirmed characters from the trailer, and they included Melina, who is a fan favorite. And if you don't remember, during Mortal Kombat 11, there was a lot of things going on to where, you know, within the fan base, that they were requesting this character to the point of it, you know, sometimes even getting toxic. And so this time around, they're like, let's just put her in the main trailer. And I think that was a very smart move. I also think it was a very smart move to have such an aggressive campaign, to do the reveal 4 months before the game comes out, because now it's like we're going to get bombarded with a whole lot of information very quickly. And so I wanted to make this tier list with who I think should be on the main roster. And by the way, I'm doing this very, what I would call, realistic optimism, meaning I'm very optimistic about Mortal Kombat 1. I'm very optimistic about the characters. I'm also very optimistic about the direction that they're going, because I know for a fact that they are going to go into a direction in which they're going to interpret these characters a lot differently. But I'm also hoping that they are going to stay faithful to the identity of the characters. For instance, you know, Sub-Zero has already been shown, you know, freezing the room. So obviously he's still going to have his cryomancy. And Scorpion, it didn't show him having Hellfire, but he still had his spear. So I do not think they're going to take away the identity of these beloved characters, but I do think they are going to reimagine these characters to where we're going to see them differently of what they've been known before. Using Melina and Katana as an example, maybe it's going to be Queen Melina or Princess Melina, and she is going to be, you know, the more beloved one versus Katana. Maybe that we might even see them, you know, be loving sisters. You know, that's just one example. Maybe we might see a Scorpion Lin Kuei. I mean, I know that's like kind of like hot take there, but Scorpion in the Lin Kuei, and Smoke or is a Spectre. Who knows? I just see that they're going to take a very different direction with a lot of these characters. So let's get after it. All right, so we're gonna go through this pretty quick. I've already put the confirmed characters up here in the main roster. We know for sure that they are going to be in the game. We know for sure they're going to be main roster. I'm not going to go through any leaks or anything like that, because it's just out of respect for NetherRealm Studios and the people who've been working on the game. I just don't feel that's appropriate. Like I said, I'm going to go through these pretty quickly and give you like a, you know, kind of thoughts on them and why I think they should be in the place that they're at. So yeah, let's start with Shujinko. To be honest, he was a great character in Deception, great story character, but I just don't see him having a place in future Mortal Kombat games. So I'm just gonna put him, you know, to the NetherRealm with you. Striker, kind of the same. It could be DLC. I don't see him being another character that they're gonna bring back. I don't see any reason why they should bring back Striker, especially when you got characters like Cassie Cage, and yeah, it's just I just don't see a reason for it. It might be cool to bring him back as DLC, as like kind of like nostalgia, but I'll put him in DLC for now. Mocap, there's no reason to bring that character back. He was kind of a joke character in the 3D era, but there's no reason for him at all. All right, Reiko, Definitely main roster. I think Reiko needs to come back. He's a great character, the general of Shao Kahn, and he kind of needs his time to shine a little bit. And I would really like to see Reiko come back. All right, Dagon. This is a hard one. I don't see a reason for him to come back. Maybe as a DLC. Possibly, but I just don't see a reason for Dagon to come back. I mean, we got to remember here, this is the new era, new iterations of characters, and a lot of the old characters from before may not come back, and they're gone forever, you know. So they could come back there, but I just don't see a reason for Dagon to come back. Kai has to, dude. Main roster. I loved Kai in MK4. Great character. Absolutely needs to come back. I thought, honestly, if Kung Lao is the chosen one in Liu Kang's new era, I thought Kai should have been his best friend. But it looks to be, from the reveal trailer, that they're taking it back into, you know, 500-600 years ago during, I don't want to call it the Great Kung Lao era. I'm going to say it right now, I don't want to call it the Great Kung Lao. I just think it's Kung Lao. I just think this is Kung Lao in the new era. There is no Great Kung Lao. In this new era, there never was a Great Kung Lao. This is Kung Lao. So I think Kai should have been his best friend. I thought it would have been cool, but now that Raiden is in there, it just makes sense. It just totally makes sense, you know? So Su Hao, just automatic, dude. There's no reason for that guy to come back. Blaze, I don't think needs to come back either. I don't even know what to think of Blaze, to be honest. Yeah, he's the main antagonist, but in Armageddon, or the guy, he was there for you to beat him. Dagon was the antagonist in Armageddon. There was no reason for, I mean, Blaze was, yeah, the monster that you beat at the end, but I just don't see a reason for him to come back. Ashura, 100% main roster. Ashura has to be there. No if and or buts about it, dude. Ashura needs to come back. Bo' Raicho needs to come back. I like Bo' Raicho. I would love for Bo' Raicho to be exactly where he was, for him to be training combatants, for him to partner with Liu Kang. I would also think it would be cool to see Bo' Raicho be what Fujin was to Raiden. You know, I mean, that's just me. That I'm just kind of spitballing here, but yeah, I think Bo' Raicho, he needs to be much more important, and he's very important already. But I can see him. I would love for him to be main roster. Cassie, maybe DLC. I like Cassie, and I really do. But one thing I'm really hoping for in the next whole series of Mortal Kombat games, stop doing special forces. Stop focusing on special forces. Let's make this a very violent kung fu game like it was before. Kind of meets horror sci-fi. That's Mortal Kombat 1 was kung fu. Mortal Kombat 2 was like horror sci-fi meets kung fu. You know, so I just don't want to see a bunch of special forces again. Cetrion, go away and never return. That was a god-awful character. Need I say more? Chameleon could go either way, to be honest. And I would love to put her in just main roster, but she wasn't that much of an important character to begin with. I would be happy with her being main roster. I would be happy with her being a cameo character. I played her a lot in Armageddon, so I would totally be happy with Chameleon going either way, but I know that she isn't that important of a character back then. So, you know, she's probably going to be cameo. All right, Chameleon with the C, same thing, could go either way. They're kind of the same, you know, character. I know that they did something with Chameleon to where he was like a secret assassin that nobody knew about, or to Shao Kahn, but or it was something like that. But same thing, could go either way. Kira, I would like for her to be DLC. She could be cameo character. I'm gonna put her as could go either way. because I would like for her to be main roster, but I know that's just not going to happen. If I could have my way, Kano would completely go away and Kira would take that place of Kano, but I know that's not going to happen because NetherRealm Studios likes Kano because they never seem to leave him out of a game. So could go either way. I'm just going to leave it at that. And that's my own personal bias because I like Kira. I like her design and I'd like for her to take the place of Kano. Now, realistically, Sector and Cyrax, where's the other one? There. All right, Ketchup and Mustard, Sector and Cyrax. Now, both of these I think are going to be DLC because if I'm not mistaken, it's going to take place in kind of in the more ancient times. We're going to see reiterations of these characters. If we do see them in the game, I think they're going to be human. So if they are a DLC main roster, or I think they're going to be human. But if they are DLC, we can get away with them being cyborgs. All right, Darius, I would like for this character to kind of redeem himself and come back. He was a pretty cool looking character. Wasn't that great of a character in Deception, but I kind of see him being a cameo character. So I'm gonna put my first cameo character there. All right, Drummond, same thing. I think Drummond's going to be a cameo character. I don't see him coming back as main roster or anything else besides that. I don't see him being DLC. All right. Let's get this girl out of here, whatever she is. Bug Lady, go away, never return. You killed everybody. She needs to just completely disappear. I'm kind of sick of this character. All right, Ermac, main roster, has to be. Ermac is such a beloved character. I don't even play him that. I take that back. I played him in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, but Ermac I think needs to be a part of the main roster. He had to sit out number 11 when he should have been there. So Aaron Black, like the idea of a gunslinger, like the idea of a Western gunslinger, but I don't think he needs to come back. There's no reason for that character to be in there again. Ferrator, cameo character for sure. I liked it was so random to see Ferrator, like this new character in MKX, but it was so random, and it was cool that they kind of introduced the couple, I guess you would call them, the monster, the whatever Ferrator is, but I could just see those two being that character couple thing, whatever, being there. All right, Frost, I'm gonna say Frost is cameo. Frost was one of my favorite characters in Deadly Alliance. I played her in Deadly Alliance. I played her in Armageddon as well a lot. They did her dirty in Mortal Kombat 11, and it was honestly, it was a terrible design. I didn't like that they made her a cyborg, and if she is back, she needs to be an antagonist. I mean, no, they can reimagine her, do whatever you want with her, you know, that's the new era, but I didn't like that character in MK11 at all. Let's put it down here. All right, Garrus. Garrus was cool. I see him being DLC because this is a new era. Garrus is gone. The entire new timeline. There's no way Garrus could even be made. You know, Garrus was made by Chronica, but there's no reason to come back. But he was a very liked character. He was highly liked in the competitive scene, so I can see him coming back. Kratos. All right, Goro definitely needs to come back for sure. In fact, I put him there because this is Mortal Kombat 1. Shang Tsung, I think Shang Tsung might not be the big bad because they killed him in the reveal trailer. So I think Goro should come back. By the way, I'm saying that real fast about Shang Tsung. There's a lot of speculation that Shang Tsung is not the big bad, and I agree. because they killed him in the reveal trailer, like I said. But I'm still glad he's there. But yeah, that's just weird to kill the big bad in the reveal trailer. That's why I don't think he's the main antagonist. Havoc 100% needs to come back. Havoc is the number one most requested character than all the other characters combined. Havoc by Smoke, and we'll get to Smoke when I get there. Botaro, I would like to see him be DLC. I'm sorry, main roster. I'd like for him to be DLC either way, but it could go either way. I can see him being DLC, so I'm going to put him there. All right, Kung Lao. Why did I put Kung Lao there to begin with? I messed that up. Jackie. I can see Jackie being DLC, not main roster, though. I was not a huge fan of that character. Wasn't a huge fan of it in MKX. Wasn't a huge fan in Mortal Kombat 11. Now, her character design was a lot better in Mortal Kombat 11. Her playstyle I liked better in Mortal Kombat X, even though it was pretty like mid tier. I was just not that big of a fan of that character. Jade, main roster for sure. Need I say more? Jade needs to never not be in a game. Jade is one of my favorite characters. She is one of the coolest designs, some of the coolest, abilities in the game. Like that she uses a staff, and I would love for Jade to always be in a game. Never ever leave Jade out of a game. I can't really make that character out. Sorry, I might come back to that. I can't make that out. All right, Jax. I'm gonna put DLC. Johnny Cage needs to stay in. Cabal, I could see being DLC. Kano can go away. I don't want to see Kano in another game. I want this person to go away and this person to be in the game. Kenshi, main roster. Lone Swordsman from feudal Japan needs to be in this game. I love Kenshi. I liked him even better in the NRS era. He was pretty cool introduction during the 3D era, but if you really read his story, he's actually kind of a dick because he just goes around killing other swordsmen just to prove that he's the best. And I just liked his story a lot better in the NRS era. All right, Kintaro. This is a hard one. I'm gonna say Kameo. Cobra, go away. No reason for you to be there. Collector, Kameo character. Kotal Khan, I'm gonna say DLC. Not a huge fan of Kotal Khan. I liked him in MKX. I liked him in the comic the most. In the MKX comic, he was awesome. It was a great character. And then in MKX, the game, he was not the same. And in MK11, his gameplay was really good in MK11 as far as his mechanics go, and competitively he was really good. But maybe DLC, but I was not a huge fan of that character. Kung Jin, I could see being a cameo character. I like Kung Jin. I like the idea of that character and would like for that character to come back. However, sorry, I had to check something. However, his character was arrogant. He was a know-it-all, but he still had a very important role. He was the descendant of the great Kung Lao. He was cousin to Kung Lao, and I would like for him to come back. He was actually like I think he could be more important, and he could be very important in the new era, considering if they kept him like the cousin of Kung Lao, he would play pretty important that way. Li Mei, 100%, dude. Li Mei, put you in the main roster for sure. Li Mei needs to come back. She's one of my favorite characters from the 3D era, and she needs to never sit out of a game. I love that character, and I know a lot of people want that character back. Me, need I say more? That character just goes away. Needs to go away. Sonya Blade, I'm gonna put DLC because she's kind of modern now. If my speculation is correct, it's going to take place a long time ago. There's no reason for Sonya to be in the game. I really like Sonya in MK9. I really like Sonya. I really like Sonya in MK9. I did not like her in X. She was a very unlikable character. And then she was just a completely different character in Mortal Kombat 11 and also unlikable. So her play, though, her gameplay was awesome in Mortal Kombat, both X and 11. And she was the most overpowered character in Mortal Kombat 9 for sure. But I would like for her to be DLC. I don't need her to be main roster. Baraka, that character needs to be main roster for sure. You shouldn't leave out Baraka. Fujin, cameo character. Rain, cameo character. Scarlet, she was so good in Mortal Kombat 9. She was not good in Mortal Kombat 11. Could go either way. She has the abilities to be a cameo character, but she could go either way. But either way, I would like for her to be in the game because I really like the character, particularly Mortal Kombat 9 Scarlet, because I liked the rushdown playstyle of her. Then I didn't like the mage zoner that she was in Mortal Kombat 11. Taven, he just doesn't need to come back. I don't see any reason. Movado, I'm gonna put cameo character because I don't like that character. No one likes that character. I can't think of one person who likes Movado, but if they, change him up a bit, I think he could do actually pretty well. So I'm gonna put him in as a cameo character, which I think he would do well in that spot. Moloch, cameo character for sure. Dairu, go away and never return. Onaga, now everybody wants Onaga back. I can see Onaga maybe being main roster but I personally, I think the big bad's going to be someone completely new and different. This is a whole new era. I think we're going to be introduced to a brand new big bad that we've never seen before, and it's going to change. It's this whole thing is being changed up. You got to remember this. I think this is something that as Mortal Kombat fans we need to get in. We need to get into our head is that we need to completely erase what we know as these characters without completely changing their identity. We need to remember that this is new interpretations of these characters with brand new storylines. Maybe Onaga is not, who he was. He might not even be in the game. I'm gonna put go either way. Maybe DLC. This is kind of a hard one because a lot of people want him back, and understandably so, but they want him back in the Onaga he was in the 3D era, not in maybe what you might not like in his new interpretation. So Nightwolf, 100% main roster. Nightwolf has to be back. However, I like the idea of the female Nightwolf. I thought that was a really cool idea. So either way, I think Nightwolf needs to come back. I love that character. Natara, 100%. Never leave Natara out of a game. This is one of my favorite characters from the 3D era. Noob Saibot, could go either way. I could see him actually cameo. I think he should be a cameo character for sure. Because Sub-Zero became Bihan Sub-Zero became Noob Saibot. So we might never see Noob Saibot again or in the same way, but either way, I think the cameo character would be great. Quan Chi, cameo character. Not a huge fan of Quan Chi. Reptile, main roster for sure. Serena, my favorite character of all time. This character needs to never sit out again. I love this character so much. I love redemption stories. A demon who crawled out of hell to become a Lin Kuei warrior. That is such a good story. Please make Serena a very important character. If you're listening, NetherRealm Studios, that is by far my favorite character in all of Mortal Kombat. and I would love Serena to be an important part of the story, and she has so much potential. And I understand I'm talking on behalf of what Serena was in the 3D era, but given the, you know, the identity of these characters, if they kind of remain the same, you have so much potential in a character, both story and gameplay wise. I want Serena in this game so bad. You do not understand. Shao Kahn, main roster. A lot of people don't like Shao Kahn, I understand, but I think Shao Kahn should be in the main roster. In fact, you know what? Yeah, main roster. It's keep up there. Is keep him there. Shiva. I was never a huge fan of Shiva. She was DLC. I was never a huge fan. I really liked her in Mortal Kombat 3, even though she was one of the worst characters in Mortal Kombat 3. I really liked her in Mortal Kombat 9. Again, not that great of a character, but this character put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth, because in Mortal Kombat 11, we had the Shiva incident where she was just dramatically overpowered. Her airdrop, sky stomp, whatever it was called, was way too overpowered, and they took way too long to fix it. So I don't want to see her in the game again. To be honest, I don't need her in the game. I would rather Goro or Kintaro be in there and leave Shiva out. All right, Shinnok. Leave Shinnok out. We don't need to bring Shinnok back again. Sindel, main roster for sure. Sindel needs to come back and not be that, you know, power queen that she was in Mortal Kombat 11. That was a horrible move in Mortal Kombat 11 to retcon her that way. I don't care what they say. It was a retcon. I did not like what they did, but I love that character. I loved her in the 3D era. I loved her in Mortal Kombat 9. I would love for this character to come back, redeem herself, and from how she was in Mortal Kombat 11. However, her gameplay in Mortal Kombat 11 was amazing. I loved playing her, just story-wise. No way. Smoke, main roster for sure. Don't leave Smoke out of a game. Smoke is one of the best characters, number 2 most. And by the way, this is according to Brusque Poet's poll that he did. You know, Havoc was number 1, Smoke was number 2 most requested character in all of Mortal Kombat. I would love for Smoke to be in the game, no matter how you interpret him. I want that character in the game. Takeda, you know, he's probably going to be a cameo character. Could go either way though. I really like this character, the son of Kenshi, who was trained in the Shirai Ryu by Scorpion. That's such a cool story. I would love for him to be main roster. Either way, as long as he's back in the game, I'm okay with that. So I'm going to put him and could go either way. You know, I'm just going to put it because he needs to be there. He needs to be a main roster. He was a cool character. So yeah, I'm going to put him in main roster. Tanya, same thing, main roster for sure. Don't leave her out. Tanya was such a cool character, and I loved her playstyle, especially in MKX. Both the pyromancy and I forgot the name of the other two, but the gymnast style, very agility type. It was really cool. She had some pretty cool moves. Kronika, go away, never return again. Tremor, cameo character for sure. He wasn't that important. He was really fun to play in MKX. If they put him back in the game, it'd be really cool to see him be a bigger part of the game, but I think he's just going to be a cameo character. Triborg, go away. There's no reason for you to be there. And the rest of these are DLC that I don't know why they're even a part of this tier list, but yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please comment down below. Tell me how I'm wrong, how I'm right, who you're looking forward to. I know I'm really excited to see what's to come in the next couple of months, because it's supposed to be a really aggressive campaign. So 17 weeks I counted is until the game is released, 4 months, and we're going to see hopefully things weekly, bi-weekly, or 2 times a week, you know. So I wanted to make sure that this came out before the Sony event on Wednesday and before Combo Breaker, which is this weekend. and it's gonna be a really hefty couple of months because we're gonna see things all the time. Combat Cast is for sure on, as Ed Boon and Tyler Lansdowne have already said, so we get to see some character breakdowns as you know they get announced. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, shred out.